this blurry sonar image, it could be the key to solving a mystery dating back more than 70 years. A team of researchers investigating aviator Amelia Earhart's disappearance say this could show a piece of wreckage from her plane. Earhart and her navigator, they went missing in a 1937 quest to circumnavigate the globe around the equator. And the grainy sonar image, it was recorded last year when search teams scanned the ocean floor near Nikomaroro Island in the South Pacific. But it was March before an analyst made the connection to Earhart's missing aircraft. Now, I want to bring in the man who heads up the organization that captured that image. Rick Gillespie is the executive director of the International Group for Historic Aircraft Recovery. He joins us via Skype from Wilmington in the U.S. state of Delaware. Thank you so much for joining us. And you've been looking into this case for 25 years. Is that grainy image a big breakthrough for you?
Yeah, I'd call it a big breakthrough. Whether it turns out to be the smoking gun that we've been looking for 25 years or another disappointment remains to be seen. But you know, this isn't my first rodeo. We've had great leads before. Some of them have turned out to be just what we thought they were and moved us further along on the investigation. Others have turned out to be something else. This one is promising. It's the right size, it's the right shape, it's in the right place.
This is promising, you say. It could be a breakthrough, but it could also be a big rock. It could be something else. So is there another mission in the works?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we need to get back out there and check this thing out. We can analyze the sonar data forever, but you're never going to be able to conclusively identify it until you go there and physically visit the object, probably with a remote operated vehicle, cameras, a manipulator arm, and see what it is.
And tell me about the tools of your mission. I mean, it's just so complex. You need this autonomous underwater vehicle. You need sonar technology. Just give us an idea of your mission and the technology involved here.
The first thing we had to do was map the underwater environment in a general way. That was relatively easy. Then we collected side scan sonar data for the primary search area. That was extremely difficult. The contractor that did it ran into all kinds of problems with the autonomous underwater vehicle because it had never been deployed in an environment like that before. This is a steep reef slope, a craggy underwater mountainside, and just the worst possible place to try to do sonar work. But we have no choice. It's what it's like there. And so you collect the data. Then the experts look at the data and pick out targets. There's something over here. There's something over here. And they send us with a remote operated vehicle. This is a thing that goes in the water with cameras on it. It has a tether back to the mothership. And you swim up to these different things and, oh, that's a coral rock. Oh, that's a piece of shipwreck wreckage. At the time, we didn't find any airplane wreckage. We were kind of bummed about that. But it was kind of bummed. But it was March before, in re-examining the sonar data, we see this target, this thing we didn't see at the time. If we had seen it, we'd have gone up to it and looked at it right then. But here it is, looking really good. But now here we are 7,000 miles away and needing to get back out there and raise a ton of money to do it. So
yeah, and good luck with the fundraising so you can get back out there, because you need to confirm this, whether or not that blurry image is indeed the wreckage that you're looking for. And if it is, if she was there on that island in the Pacific, what do you believe happened to Amelia Earhart and her navigator on that island?
The picture is quite clear right now. You remember, we've been working on this for 25 years, on all sorts of research, 10 expeditions out there. Here's what happened, or appears to have happened. She, having failed to find her original destination, Howland Island, she did find this uninhabited coral atoll that has a reef that surrounds it, that's smooth enough to land on, and it dries at low tide. She made a landing, came to a safe stop on the wheels, and sent radio distress calls for at least 5 nights after she arrived. Widely heard and believed. But then rising tides and surf wash the airplane over the edge of the reef where it breaks up in the surf and the wreckage tumbles down the reef slope. Earhart and Noonan end up marooned on a desert island where they survive for a time but eventually die. Her partial remains were found in 1940 by a British administrative officer but misidentified. At first he thought he'd found Amelia Earhart, but then a doctor told him it was probably a man, and so they dropped the whole thing. We've found the Castaways campsite where she died. We've recovered artifacts there that speak of an American woman in the 1930s. Later, when the island is inhabited, the islanders who live there find airplane pieces washed up that they use for their local purposes, cut them up for fishing lures and so forth. Then the island is later abandoned again. In the now abandoned native village, we find pieces of airplane debris that are consistent with Earhart's airplane, but nothing yet that's got a serial number on it. No remains that have DNA. We need that smoking gun.
Well,
So
Rick,
that's what
you've been a very, very, very compelling image of the final days of the missing aviator Amelia Earhart. But, you know, I really hope you can confirm things. Good luck with the fundraising. You need another mission. I hope to talk to you again later. Rick Gillespie there on the search for Amelia Earhart. Thank you. What a great story there.